How we doing? I wanna talk about something I think is pretty interesting that I've experienced in the last like month, 2 months, and it's about what we do when we don't know what we want from life. We're confused. We're in a place where we don't know what foot to put forward next, what direction we want to go in, and that's somewhere where I've been because I quit my job recently. Just wasn't for me. Didn't really like it. I'm not completely opposed to it. I'm not saying I'm never going to do it for the rest of my life, but for right now, I don't really think it's I don't really think it's right for me at this point in my life. So putting the brakes on that for a while. So then that led me to maybe some more spare time, some more free space. And instantly the question that came to mind is, well, what are you going to do with your life now? Because you're not doing that job anymore. And so straight away, what I thought the best thing to do was, and I think maybe more people can relate to me here, consciously or unconsciously, is let's add more things to my life. Let's try and open my mind to new things or new possibilities, whether that be through, like even this. Right now I'm recording on my phone. I have a mic that my brother has. I have a light that my brother has. But I was thinking, oh, let me sit down and I'm going to buy some cameras. I'm going to buy some proper gear. And I spent time doing that. But for what reason? I hadn't even sat down and done this yet. You know what I mean? So, input compared to output. Input is me sitting on the computer being like, oh, I'm going to do this, or oh, I'm going to do that, or oh, I'm going to look into this, what this person is doing. Whereas output is just going doing the thing. This is what I need to be doing. This is where I figure out what I want to do. That's for later down the line in the video, but all them added inputs, the first thing we think to do is add more. And I think the reason we go to add more is because we're not happy with what we already have. We're uncomfortable to deal with what we already have. And you might be saying, what does what we already have, what does that mean? This want to sit down behind or in front of the camera and talk to the camera, I've had. But I've just been shoving that down with other shallow intentions on top, like, oh, I'll buy the camera gear, or oh, I'm on YouTube, this guy's making 100,000 a month drop shipping, or oh, this guy's making new apps with Claude and he's making a crazy amount of money. And all these little things just adding more confusion. But this is an answer I already had. I just need to ask myself the right question. And the way you get to asking yourself those questions is by limiting your inputs, letting your brain come to an equilibrium where it's interacting with yourself. You're asking yourself the right questions. And in my opinion, the only way you get to that is through subtraction and taking things out of your life that are literally just adding entropy, just adding disorder for no reason. Because you think it's helping you. Because that's what all humans think. I feel like we're all very prone to being like, right, something's wrong in my life. The first thing I need to do, let's add something new. That's what I have to do. That's what's going to fix it. Whereas maybe, very well, maybe that's not the way it is. Maybe what we need to do is just take a break for a minute and try and see more of ourselves. Because, like I said, I think we have the answers. You just don't have the questions. The only way you're going to get the questions is by getting a bit of peace up here. And that's not going to come through. Let's go back to inputs once again. You're on your phone, you're on Instagram, you're seeing one person's backpacking in Asia, one of your friends. Another person has just gotten married. Another person's just gotten their dream car in their dream job. And you're sitting there, and I say you're sitting there, I'm sitting here, and I'm like, man, what am I doing? And so that adds to the panic, and then that also adds to the, maybe I want to do what they're doing. But I don't need to think like that. I think I know what I want to do. I just need to give myself the space to figure that out. And that's not through consuming other people's posts on Instagram. That's not going to happen. It's like, for instance, let's say metaphorically, the situation is like this. You have a glass of water that's really murky. You can't see through it at all. There's a stone or there's something at the bottom of the glass that you're trying to see. Because if you see that, that's going to be your ticket out of here. That's going to be what you want to do with your life. That's your goal. That's what you're trying to find. And so the whole Instagram consumption, consumption, whether that be looking for buying new equipment for things you might want to start, all that kind of stuff. That's like having the full pint glass of water in front of you and you get a jug of more murky water and you start pouring that on top. That's just adding more confusion. You have no idea. You have absolutely no idea if seeing all them posts on Instagram of your friends is what you actually want to do. You have no idea if buying the camera and buying the gear to do this is what you actually want to do. And so then by letting yourself come to this quietness through subtraction, by getting rid of social media, by giving your brain a break, then you start to wonder. Then you start to ask yourself the question. Subtraction has led me to this point. Now, am I going to be the world's most successful YouTuber or guy posting videos like this? Probably not. But it's gotten me to a point where I'm going to try it. And I'm going to see if I like it. And if I like it, I'll keep doing it. If I don't like it, I tried it. I know I don't like it. Check it off the list. Then I'll go to the next thing. But you're never going to get that activation energy of starting unless you quiet your mind. If you keep having all these possibilities of what you could do, you're not going to do what you think you might want to do. I think that's all I got to say. Quiet everything out, subtract it away, get left with that question, get left wondering, what do I actually want?